sentencing.
All right. For the record, furthermore, I have executed verdict forms as to each and every count and specification, and they will be filed with the court of the, or with the clerk of courts, excuse me. On behalf of the state of Ohio, which count are you asking to proceed on, counts 1, 2, or 3?
Count one, Your Honor.
All right. So purposes of sentencing and convictions, count 1, 2, and 3 merge, and we will proceed on count 1 with the, as an unclassified felony murder under 290302A. On behalf of the state of Ohio, Ms. Easter.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would like to, the prosecutor would like to speak after the victims, Your Honor. Present today are multiple different individuals. We have 6 different individuals present. 2 would like to speak. But for the record, I would like to say Ray Shreve, S-H-R-E-V-E, who is Toni's daughter's father, Isabella Shreve. Father, he was notified. He's at work. He can't make it. However, he says we can proceed because he's glad to let his daughter know that this process will soon be over. So under Marcy's law, I just wanted to put that on the record. We have reached out, and he's gotten back to us, Your Honor. At this time, who would like to speak first? Would you like them to go to the podium or up?
Here.
Okay. Peggy Westover.
Hi, ma'am. Go ahead. Tell me your full name, please.
My name is Peggy Westover.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, I would like to say the day of the 25th, 22. My daughter was murdered, and it was the worst day of my life and her sister's life, and the life of her little girl. And you know, she wouldn't do anything to hurt anybody or anything, and she was a sweet girl, a beautiful lady. I mean, everything you would want in a daughter. And but she just got mixed up with the wrong people, and all that happened. And so, whatever you consider, I would like.
Thank you, ma'am. Would you state your full name, please? Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Perry.
I do want to speak on behalf of the father here. I have seen Isabella struggle through all of this. She has seen the YouTube, she's seen the videos, and I know he stated that he's not a monster, but in our eyes, in that little girl's eyes, he is a monster. He killed her 2 days after her birthday party. I wrote this about a year ago, but I'm going to kind of adjust it to today. I never imagined that I would be standing here today asking for justice for my sister, Toni. I should not have to do this, and honestly, it's not fair. Quinton, it has been 2 years since you murdered my sister, Toni. I woke up on July 25th, and I felt this feeling of something being wrong with I seen a post on Facebook that said that a 34-year-old girl was killed in Kenmore, and for some reason I knew it was her. And I called my mom, and I told her, please get a hold of Toni. I have a bad feeling for something bad happened. That day, our life was shaken to its core. And all I could do is scream, no, not her, and cry and ask why. Why Toni? What kind of monster could do this? She was my best friend, the one I was supposed to annoy for the rest of our lives, a second mother. She was so bubbly and full of life. She was a calm person. She never even got into a fight in high school. No matter what she was dealing with, she always put other people first. Everyone who knew her loved her, and when she walked into a room, she lit it up. I had so many sleepless nights trying to wrap my head around who could do this and why. Toni was not a violent person, not a criminal record. She was a kind soul, someone who saw the good in everyone, even when they did not deserve it. She didn't deserve this, and our family didn't deserve this, to lose her like this. I always thought it would be us forever, until you robbed us of that. I don't have her to FaceTime, to laugh with. I don't me everything's okay when I need her. I didn't get the proper goodbye. When I lost her, I lost a part of my childhood. And a piece of me died that day too. I felt this emptiness, I still do. I started to lose myself. I never imagined our last goodbye would be seeing my sister in a casket, cold and lifeless. It's a memory that I will never forget. It's the face I see. Sorry. It's the face I see when I close my eyes. The look on her face and how sad she looked. I could barely walk into the room, and when I did, I fell to the ground and I screamed. I was shaking and crying so bad that I had to have my stepdad help me to go up to say my goodbyes. I never imagined this being our last goodbye. It wasn't her time. I'm your baby sister. She was supposed to be here for me. I looked up to her. You took a little girl's mother away. Imagine telling your child that her mother's never coming home. And then imagine trying to explain to that little girl what happened to her. To her mother. And now we have left is this pendant with her ashes. 12 days before you murdered my sister, Toni, you wrote a post on Facebook, and I'm going to quote what he said. To the younger Jen, remember what choice you make in the street. You got to deal with it on the courthouse sidewalk. Better choices. Just saying. And as a man, I stand on my mistakes. And what you said have not only put our family through a lot of trauma, but you also put your own family through a lot. And now you have children being raised without a father. And here we all are due to the choices that you have made. And I speak for my family and for Toni. Are you ready to man up and stand on those mistakes? As Toni's sister and as her voice, I ask the court that justice will be served and that the thanks for this precious life that was robbed of us. And for Toni's little girl, we now have two families that have to say goodbye to a loved one. But the difference is, we don't get to see Toni anymore. I keep asking myself how many years justifies what you've done. And honestly, there's no amount of time that will make us feel any better, because it doesn't bring her back. And at the end of the day, we lost someone special, and we have to live with that for the rest of our lives. And so does that little girl. I hope that what you've done eats you up inside, and I hope her face haunts you. And I hope that one day I can find forgiveness, not for you, but for myself. But today's not that day. I will continue to fight for her and be her voice. I will be at every court hearing regarding this case, even if it's 15 years from now.
Thank you. Who else, Ms. Feaster?
Your Honor, I do not believe any other family members would like to speak. At this time, Your Honor, the state is requesting a minimum of 24 years, Your Honor. That is for the murder. By statute is 15 years to life, and 2 gun specs that shall be served prior to and consecutive. That gets a minimum of 21. The state is asking for the tampering with evidence, not the max, but 2 years to run consecutive, because the defendant was or did go through Rapata, knew an investigation was likely to occur, and did consciously discard the firearm, Your Honor. And I'm asking for the improper handling, a year on that. Again, not the max, but I would like it to run consecutive because he was out on a capias at that time, and the conditions of bond are normally not to indulge in alcohol or drugs, and he was actively taking drugs at that time, Your Honor. That is where the state comes up with the 24 years to life. This is a tragic situation all around, drugs use in general, but drugs and guns. As Toni's sister stated, now 2 families will be without their loved ones. Isabella lost a mom. Toni's family lost a sister, a daughter, an aunt. Toni will never get to see Isabella grow, get married, have a boyfriend, go to college, or things of that nature, Your Honor. But as Amy stated, the defendant's children will get to see him and visit. That was taken away from Isabella and her family, Your Honor. So that is the sum and substance and the basis for the state's recommendation of 24 years to life.
Thank you. Mr. Nixon, on your behalf.
Your Honor, my family would like to speak.
Sure. Who would like to speak? Come on up. Would you tell me your full name, please? Thank you. How are you related to the defendant? Okay, thank you. Just speak up just a little bit, because there's...
I'm Quinton's mother.
Okay.
And I haven't been here for any of the court proceedings. I'm a single mom and I've been the only one that takes care of me and my family. My kids are grown, but I still do what I can do. I'm not here to ask for pity. It's not a pity party. I do understand the severity of what has been done. It might not be today. First, I would like to say my condolences to you all. To lose a child, I know how it would feel if I lost one of mine. So I would like to definitely say my condolences to you all. And it might not be today. No, it might not be tomorrow. It might not be 5 years from now, but maybe one day you will find it in your heart to show mercy and forgive. That I can't do anything but just maybe pray that you will do that. But I thank you for hearing me out, and I just want to say that I don't truly believe in my heart I gave birth to a monster. I won't say that. My mistakes have been my own. A lot of what my children have suffered has been through my own hand. The way I live my life, the way I might have been raising things I've gone through, but at some point we all make our own decisions. I am aware of that as well. And I just ask if the court would show mercy. That's all I'm going to say.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, ma'am. Is someone else speaking, Mr. Nixon?
Yes, my sister.
Thank you. Would you tell me your full name?
Here, Nixon.
Thank you, Ms. Nixon. Go ahead.
I am Quinton's sister. I've been with him my whole life. He's 3 years older than me. It's mostly seemed like I've been the big sister my whole life. But through this experience, he has shown me strength, power, and I won't take that from him. I lost a child last year, so I can't say, oh, I do know how that feels. And I think the word of the day is accountability. Everybody was where they should have been in this situation. Everything happened the way it should have never happened in this situation. However, I do serve a merciful God. I do believe he is full of mercies. And I do believe that the truth showed itself, and what I ask for is just for grace. That's all. And whatever you do decide,